All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing yet another beer from the Hitchhiker Brewing Company, and they're out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this is their Bane of Existence. So this is an American IPA that comes in at 6.6% alcohol by volume, 70 IBUs. And at the time of review, this can is approximately 3 weeks old. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to my buddy Sean for hooking me up with not only this beer, but a bunch of other Pittsburgh area beers. He took a recent trip to the Pittsburgh area and he brought me back 9 different Pittsburgh area beers, and they have been pretty damn tasty, in all honesty. They just all have been really solid at the very least, some of them amazing. And I can't thank you enough, Sean, so thank you very much. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer haul video I did of all the goodies he hooked me up with, but at this point, I've pretty much reviewed the vast majority of them, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. If not, totally understand. So yeah, this one, I really like the label on this one. It's obviously, you know, the galaxy, it's beautiful. So this one is brewed with, I believe, oats, and then they are using Citra, Motueka, and Simcoe hops, and that's all I know about it. Let's get it into a glass, give it a pour, see what we got going on. So I really like their Subtropic Grapefruit IPA. That was like a super total crusher. I mean, just an absolute crusher, like perfect warm weather beer. Could drink a bunch of that. I do notice one thing with Hitchhiker. They overfill their cans as opposed to Dancing Gnome or a Grist House, which isn't a bad thing, but sometimes it is. Anyway, let's give it a go. So as far as the beers from Pittsburgh, this is probably the least hazy of the bunch. I mean, it still has some haze to it, but it's not as hazy as the rest. Although, I don't know. After pouring that, it's pretty hazy. So it pours out this really nice honey orange color, finger of a white head with, you know, pretty good creaminess to it. You know, it looks appropriate for a New England style, I'd say. You know, I said it wasn't as turbid and murky as most, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. No, I am. I totally am. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, there's like a slight, like white grape passion fruit thing. Maybe the Motueka at hand here. Some passion fruit. Kiwi lychee. Yeah, this is really fruity. It doesn't smell necessarily juicy. It just smells like, it smells fruity. I want to give a shout out to Kyle over at No Hype Beer Reviews. He always explains like the fruits of an IPA when you're smelling them or drinking them. When you say, this smells like peach and this tastes like peach, it doesn't necessarily taste like exactly like you bit into a peach or you're having a slice of peach or something. It tastes like a hoppy peach. He likes to say that it has the hop fruit character. And I totally understand what he's saying. And it's hard, I feel like it's hard to describe or, you know, basically convey those thoughts to somebody who's never maybe had an IPA before or had a hop forward beer. But if you have this, yeah, this has all those fruits, but in hop form. Man, that sounds stupid. I don't even know if I did a good job right there. Probably did a terrible job. I'm confusing everyone, including myself. This just has a lot of fruity components to it, but it's not necessarily juicy. There's really no dankness. Yeah, no dankness or like maybe a slight earthiness. Yeah, a slight earthiness, maybe a slight like dankness. Hang on. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of like slight onion garlicky thing going on. Yeah, but this is about those weird fruits for me, or those fruits that I don't. They're the rare fruits for me when I'm describing a beer. The lychee, the kiwi. You could even say papaya in here. The white grape, the passion fruit. It smells pretty good, so let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Sean. Yeah, those weird fruits to me are definitely there. This has a really nice malt base to it. It has a little bit of breadiness. Yeah, more bready, like almost like bread crust to this one. Shout out to you, Todd. I know you like that bread crust. Yeah, so there's a nice underlying malt sweetness to this one. Ooh, she's got a big pop of like white grapefruit too. This is all over the place. So yeah, up front, tons of different fruit characters. I'm getting a big white grapefruit in the taste. A little bit of that kiwi, lychee, papaya, white grape, like Southern Hemisphere hops. The Motueka, I feel, is like the star of the show here. The Simcoe, I feel, is like adding a little bit of that onion garlic dankness underneath everything. There's an underlying, white bread crust kind of malt sweetness. It finishes semi-dry. It doesn't really finish sweet. Has a slight bitterness. The body for 6.6% is straight on medium body, which is good. The mouthfeel isn't anything spectacular. It's a little bit more, again, they don't necessarily say this is a New England style IPA. They just say India Pale Ale on here. I'd imagine American IPA, maybe, some slight hints of the New England style, but this does not have the mouthfeel for me that a New England style would have. It's slightly soft, slightly smooth, but it has more carbonation than I anticipate from the style. Yeah, this is not full on juice. It has a lot of fruity characteristics, but there is a nice dankness from that onion garlicky character. It has a decent malt base to it, which is rare for me to pick up on when it comes to IPAs. It finishes, not really sweet. This is more to the dry side of things. Doesn't really have a huge bitterness. Yeah, this one's all over the place. It's pretty solid. I'm enjoying this one. But I think their Subtropic for me was a bit better. This is, like I said, 3 weeks old, still pretty damn fresh. But from the two I've had from them, I would prefer their Subtropic every single day of the week. But this is still a well-made, solid New England style IPA. So, rating for me personally on the Bane of Existence from Hitchhiker, I'm going to go a high 3.75. I'm going to go 3.85 out of 5. I think this is a well-made New England style IPA. Let me take it back. It's a well-made American IPA that has hints of the New England style in it for me personally. I think for me, I would want a little bit more of a straight-on juice character. I don't even necessarily want more complexity. I just want a little bit more of intensity to the flavors. While all those fruits are there, they're not huge in your face. This actually drinks more like a pale to my palate. And my palate is incredibly dumb. So I would say this is like an extra pale or something like that as opposed to just a straight IPA. That said, I do enjoy this one. Very easy to drink. I do like the complexity to it. I just wish there was a little bit more overall just, I don't know, like I said, intensity to the flavors. It's not a bad beer by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a very solid beer that I'll enjoy and drink the rest of the can and have no problems taking down. So that was Bane of Existence from Hitchhiker. I'm going to give it, like I said, high 3.75, 3.85 out of 5. I think it's a pretty damn solid American IPA. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I prefer their Subtropic, but at the same time, this is still a good beer. Anyway, I appreciate Sean hooking me up with this one and all of the beers that he's hooked me up with. They've been they've been so fun. It's been a blast to review them all. And yeah, this might be the lowest rated of the ones I've reviewed, but it's still damn tasty. So appreciate everybody stopping by. To the next one, cheers.